May please, your lordship.
Yes,
I beg to mention for listing, my lord, for criminal appeal.
of criminal appeal. Criminal appeal
Yes.
or what?
For fact is that, my lord, appeal against conviction, my lord,
Hmm. What stage?
on orders, my lord.
Order for what? You have no idea.
Mm.
Better details.
Details for admission, I don't know one.
Yes, Lordship.
Yes.
Also, it's a jail appeal. So,
MS D. Borpujari. Learned legally transferred appellant, accused appellant. And MS B. Bhuya.
oh,
Learned.
is appearing.
Oh, SH Bora. At additional public prosecutor for the respondent. State of Assam. Full stop. This appeal from jail is preferred against the judgment and order dated 12/3/2020 passed by the Court of Learned Sessions Judge, the trial court for short. In Sessions case number 107 within bracket J-J bracket close stroke 2022. Full stop. By the judgment and order dated so and so, comma, the court has convicted the accused appellant for the offense of murder under section 302 from Indian Penal Code, and he has been sentenced to undergo imprisonment for life and to pay a fine of ₹100, comma, in default, comma, to undergo rigorous imprisonment for 1 day. Appeal is admitted for hearing. The trial court records of case number so and so to be called for. Issue notice returnable in 4 weeks as MS Bora and regional public prosecutor has appeared and accepted notice on behalf of the respondent state of Assam. No formal notice. The issuance of formal notice dispensed with. Please took this up to 4 weeks.
okay.
Number two.
May I please, your lordship. Against the conviction in special POCSO case number 33 of 20.
Third, Ms.
May it please the lordship. But in this case, I'm appearing on behalf of Mr. A. Ahmed, my lord, amicus. Yeah, paperwork has already been prepared, my lord. So we will be directed to furnish a copy, my lord, and thereafter lordship will fix this matter. Yes, my lord, we'll collect it. By Monday, we'll collect funds. M.A. Chaudhary, man. Amicus. Yeah,
MU,
M.A. Chaudhary, man.
MA Chaudhary. Learned counsel for the appellant and MS and thus learned additional public prosecutor for the respondent's state. Full stop. NDPS नहीं NDPS नहीं
Candidates.
respondent number 2 no please bata किस put here से jail appeal
Appeal, my lord. Jail appeal, my lord.
you will represent I think informant also there is no necessity as the paperwork is made is ready come up office to place the appeal for hearing in due course.
Man. Keep you.
Item number four.
May it please your lordships. Your lordship, the appeal is already admitted and the LCR is also received. Your lordship,
From Silp Salva. So as such, would like to obtain further instruction with regard to the same.
Some communication gap, my lord, next week.
MS Bhuya. Learning Council for the appellant has submitted that instructions as regards the address of the respondent number 2 in reference to the order dated 19/10/2023 has not yet been received. MS Bhuya has thus sought for listing of the case after 2 weeks to obtain to place the instruction
Otherwise, next
and
week,
to take steps for service of notice upon the respondent number 2 if the details of the address are available in the meantime. If you get the address, take steps.
Lordship.
Item 6 and 7.
One jail appeal and one date reference case, Lordship. I'm appearing as amicus in item 6,
That is appeal.
criminal appeal.
I am
Jail
item
appeal.
number 7. In 7, item number 7 for the appellants.
Senior counsel, Mr. Jet Kamar is an
6. That is an appeal by the
yes,
accused
Lordship.
appellants.
Yes, Lordship. Two accused,
Both
both.
were in 6 PP will appear
Lordship.
and 7 is by you also.
That reference.
Their legal aid counsel 1 and 2. You represent whom?
Both the accused. In the death reference.
Okay, you are led by Jet Kamar. Or he is in amicus. He is an amicus. So,
Paperwork is ready.
paperwork is required to be fixed for hearing.
Yes, Lordship.
When?
Any date commented, Lordship. 2023.
23.
Immediately after summer vacation, possibly.
Third, MS B Sharma, learned amicus for the appellants in 6, MS B Bhuya, learned senior counsel and additional public prosecutor for the respondent state in 6 and what do you say in date reference? You represent as what?
Stating.
It is in fact, because it's in sent
For the
confirmation.
state
State is
in 7. Date sentence reference, huh? And Mr. E. Chaudhary, learned legal counsel for the respondent number 1 and 2 in 7. Also, learned counsel for the parties have submitted that as the paper book is ready, the cases be listed immediately after the summer vacation in July. Also, as sought for by the learned counsel for the parties, the office to list the cases immediately after the summer vacation in July.
Item 8.
One the paperwork is ready, 302 cases, one, let it-
Hearing, fixed
Hearing
for hearing.
after summer. Okay, sir.
They will offense 302.
My lord, 302.
302. Heard Mr. R.P. Sharma, learned senior counsel, assisted by MS A. Deka, learned counsel for the appel, and MS and thus learned additional public prosecutor for the respondent state of Assam. As the paper book is ready, the office to list the appeal for hearing in due course.
My lord, can it be after summer vacation?
You are inside jail,
Yes.
then nowadays in call list, period of detention is mentioned. And accordingly preference is given. If you are, say, 5 years behind the jail, your appeal will be listed above 4 years, but below 6 years. That is a procedure followed. The longer the detention, the earlier will be the listing.
Item 9.
Wait, please.
Appeal লাগিলে আগৰে হ'ব আৰু যদি bail পাই গৈছে ইয়াৰ কাৰণটো
My lord, in this matter, my lord, the learned additional public prosecutor was
Yes.
posted instruction.
Lordship, I have received the instruction, Lordship. Notice is duly served upon respondent number 2, Lordship.
Say what date? What date?
Lordship.
What
da-
date?
Date is not mentioned, Lordship. Date is not mentioned. And the received notice is 2405.
2405.
Yes.
Okay. Heard MS Mr. S. Das.
Yes, sir.
Now we'll put it in the next week, then we'll engage. This is POXO.
Filed by the victim informant, Lordship, under 372 for convicting the accused respondents for a lesser offense. So appeal was admitted on 2011-23
Appeal for enhancement.
for, not enhancement, for convicting the accused respondent for lesser offense. Initially charged was under 302, they have been convicted under section 325 and 304 part 2. That's
Now
why
you
we-
agree by lesser sentence.
a lesser sentence.
So you want enhancement.
Enhancement. So it was admitted on 2011-23 and respondent number
So
2 has
person
entered appearance.
whose sentence is to be enhanced, they have to appear.
Appear.
Now
Already
will they have
respondent
appeared?
respondent number 2 has appeared.
How many?
Three has not entered appearance also till now.
Three.
Three.
Mr. Bora, you represent?
He is for respondent number 2.
Respondent number.
Tikendrajit Borua. And so for the other, Janardhan Kumar,
Tikendra, Jonathan Kaur.
Kumar,
What about Jonathan Kaur?
nobody has entered appearance till now.
As per office report, 4/4/2024, no answered service report nor ID card has been received by the concerned section at the end. So what do you?
Press test
We'll
may be
take
taken.
precedent. Otherwise, another prayer is there. In this
Yes.
case, already LCR was called for. But these two respondents, they preferred separate appeal number 383 of 23 and 431-23. There the LCR has come. So both those two appeals will be tagged along with this appeal.
Single bench.
That will come here. Because this is division bench, single bench, it will not go from here to there. It will come, it will have to come from there to here. Because LCR is there.
Single bench.
Both the matters may be tagged together.
Tag together. No, single division of Patalo Japan. LCR to put the better LCR. Otherwise, here also LCR was called for. There also LCR is remaining there. So that will have to come here.
But our appearance completed in.
All our content is different, so we are.
So far here only respondent number 3 appearance is left. Respondent 2, he has entered appearance.
Heard Mr. D. Talukdar. Learned counsel for the appellant. And MS S.H. Bora. Learned, I'm sorry, MS S.H. Bora. Learned counsel for the. State of Assam. And Mr. N. Bora. Learned counsel for the respondent. It is submitted by the learned counsel for the parties that the present appeal is preferred
By the victim
Or-
informant.
by the victim seeking enhancement of the sentence against the respondent number 2 and who stood as accused in Sessions case number
30 NL page 5 year or so. will print.
Thirty Urinbagan NL stroke 2013. Passed by the Court of Learned Session Judge, Lakhimpur and North Lakhimpur. Full stop. It is further submitted by the Learned Council for the parties that the aggrieved by the judgment and order dated 13/9/2023 passed in Sessions case number 30 within bracket NL stroke 2013, the respondent number 2 and the respondent number 3 have preferred two separate criminal appeals, criminal appeal number
383/23 by respondent number 2 and criminal appeal number 431/23 by respondent number 3.
Closed up. It is also submitted by the Learned Council for the parties that as this appeal and the other two appeals have arrived out of the judgment and order dated. So it passed in session case number so and so. All the three appeals may be hard to get. Mr. Talukdar as far as submitted that the respondent number 2, since the respondent number 2 has already preferred an appeal, criminal appeal number so and so, the matter of service of notice can be decided on the respondent number 2 hearing can be decided on the next set of listing. List
Two has appeared.
list this appeal. Sorry, the office to list this appeal along with appeal number so is after 2 weeks.
Must
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Okay.
Now, going by that, as per the Mental Health Care Act, he cannot be kept in prison. He has to be shifted to either a mental health facility or some caregiving house which houses mentally ill persons.
Right.
What did you say? Health officer one.
Whether he is authorized to give a report as regards schizophrenia,
He's a psychiatric doctor, I guess. He's under his treatment.
medical
Bec-
and health.
Because
He is
Lordship,
medical and health officer.
Medical health office.
he has given him a medicine called olazepine, which is in. Or I may suggest, my lord, in a similar case, what has happened.
Psychiatrist है दिया मैं
He is undergoing treatment of schizophrenia for a long term under the psychiatrics of Morigaon Civil Hospital, Jayanta Datta.
Subject to your view, but we are of the view that medical and health officer district jail is not a specialist in giving.
My lord, then call for,
Giving. Yes, how to do.
my lord,
He is where?
he's in Morigaon jail. Actually, in a similar case, what has happened, my lord, the person was in Difu jail. In a similar case, he was brought to Guwahati. And the GMCH, their board set of 3 doctors, they gave a certificate after examining him. If a similar process can be undertaken, then we can come to a conclusion. Because as per the Mental Health Care Act, he cannot be kept in prison. That is very specific.
Then you have to take a view of the Inspector General of Prison. Within 1 week that he can be shifted. Which Guwahati is okay. I don't know about the say occupancy.
Now, that is always more than 200%.
But
Every jail.
feasibility can be given by the Inspector General of Prison. He can be, because now Morigaon is very near to Guwahati. Get the opinion from Inspector General of Prison about the feasibility of transferring the accused to Guwahati. Next.
Just for the checkup, just for ascertaining, not to be permanently shifted.
Or so that I don't know, he'll be the best person to say
My lord.
that whether he should be directly shifted to Guwahati jail or he should be directly
GMC.
kept in GMC. He is the best person to say.
Yes.
Right? I think Inspector General of Prisons.
Inspector General.
Right?
Prisons.
District Superintendent of Jail to facilitate the production of the appellant before a medical board of the GMCH.
Also,
That can be done also.
psychiatric.
He
board.
can transport.
Right.
He can transport. Schizophrenia, otherwise physical disability is not there. Right? You take a report when it is possible to be, and he can correspond with the GMCH or maybe Morigaon. Tezpur also if required.
Whichever is.
It is up to.
Whichever
if
is.
Heard Mr. D.K. Bhattacharya, learned counsel for the applicant and MS and thus learned additional public prosecutor for the opposite party number 1, state of Assam, full stop. The applicant has asked that he is a patient of schizophrenia and has been undergoing treatment for the same for a considerable period of time. Full stop. Para. When the application was listed on 15/3/2024, The learned additional public prosecutor was asked to obtain a medical report in respect of the applicant to the jail superintendent as regards the medical status of the applicant. Full stop. Comma, opera. Today, MS Das, learned additional public prosecutor, has placed a communication bearing number so and so dated 22/3/2024 from the superintendent, district jail Morigao, enclosing a report or the medical and health officer, district jail Morigao. Full stop. In the dated 22/3/2024. Full stop. In the report, medical report, the medical health officer, district jail Morigao, has reported that the applicant has been undergoing treatment of schizophrenia under the care of a psychiatrist. Full stop. As it appears that to ascertain the exact mental status of the applicant, it appears as now the applicant is required to be examined by duly constituted medical board. Full stop. The district, the learned additional public prosecutor shall obtain a report from the district superintendent, district jail Morigao about the as to when and how the applicant can be produced and can how, as to when and how to facilitate the appearance of the applicant before a medical board constituting medical board of any state medical college.
Medical board of psychiatrist.
Full stop. It is such medical board the composition of such medical board should be such that should be for should be a composition of medical board is to be constituted in such a manner that there are experts to ascertain the aspect of mental illness, stroke, schizophrenia of the applicant.
I'll bring that.
Report, how many days? Mental illness,
Health.
mental health, stroke, schizophrenia. Mental health, okay, mental health.
Within a week, Lordship.
That to facilitate two things. To facilitate his transfer and to request for composition and constitution of a medical board in a state medical college. And when it can be constituted, plus whether applicant it is feasible to transfer the applicant from Morigao to back, or he is to be transferred to Guwahati, then is to be produced. Yes, that will take care of everything.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks,
7 weeks.
long time, 2 weeks.
7,
Lordship.
If a date can be fixed.
8. 8. Yes. 8 is holiday. Oh, I'm sorry. 10. 10.
Obliged.
Then 13.
Lordship, I have received the reports, Lordship. Thanks, Professor.
What is this?
My lord, may I pray, my lord, to kindly have a look at the order
Once you
dated
submit, then
13/5, my lord.
what is the fact?
Lord, fact is that, my lord, the petitioner is a convict and serving sentence under section 376.
Item number 16.
Make these adoptions.
Merit? Merit?
Merit?
Merit? Being married?
There is very little, my lord. There is very little to argue, my lord. There are about three eyewitnesses are there. In fact, 4 eyewitnesses. And my lord, minor contradictions are there. That's the only thing there. The medical, my lord.
Let us concentrate on the eyewitness first then.
The eyewitnesses, lordship, are my lord, PW1, 4,
1 minute.
then
PO,
1,
PW,
PW1, PW1,
One.
4,
4 is injured.
4 is
Oh.
also injured, one of the injured witnesses.
Injured?
Yes, he was also injured. PW6, he is partial eyewitness, I would say. He did not see the
partial eye.
Yes. And PW9, they are supposed to be the eyewitnesses.
This term I have heard for the first time.
Partial eyewitnesses.
You have coined a new partial
He didn't see the stabbing, my lord. He saw the later part. That's what he said, my lord. That's why I say it's a partial eyewitness.
PW 1, 4 and
4, my lord, then 6,
6 and
9, my lord.
let us see the FIR, then we can understand.
Yes, my lord. Lordship will find the FIR, my lord, at page 4. Humble sub is dated 14/10/2017. And my lord, it was lodged at around 1 p.m. My lord, it was lodged at around 9 a.m. in the morning. And the incident took place on the day before. Humble submission is that at about 7:45 p.m. on 13/10/17, seeing my co-villager, Jiten Gogoi, son of Jogen Gogoi, raising hue and cry at our gateway, when my husband, Tutu Gogoi, asked him not to do so, so Jiten Gogoi inflicted severe injuries on my husband, Sri Tutu Gogoi, by stabbing him on several parts of his person with a dagger. He also caused injury to the right hand of my son, Bikudhar Gogoi, by stabbing with a dagger. Both of them were immediately admitted at Sapakwa Hospital for treatment. On that day itself, but around 1 a.m., my husband Tutu Gogoi passed away when undergoing treatment. My son Bikudhar Gogoi is still undergoing treatment at the hospital. I therefore requested to take necessary legal action on Sri Jiten Gogoi. and oblige. Number of the charges that were framed, my lord. That you on about the day, this is page 6, on 13/10/17 at Adarsh Ahomgaon voluntarily caused grievous hurt to Tutu Gogoi with a dao, which is a weapon of cutting and stabbing, and thereby committed an offense punishable under section 326 of the IPC within so and so so and so. Secondly, that you on or about that day on 13/10/17 at Adarsh Ahomgaon Ahomgaon committed a murder by causing death of Tutu Gogoi and thereby committed an offense punishable under section 30 of the Indian Penal Code within my cognizance. PW1, Lordship will find.
Is there something wrong? The child? Both to Gogoi?
302.
No, 326.
This, no, the heart, causing hurt to the child, the boy.
No, but Tutu Gogoi, both Tutu Gogoi.
Oh, well, it's wrong. my
Oh.
lord. Yes, it ought to be Bikudor Gogoi, my lord.
Oh,
Sure, my lord.
perhaps.
Yes, it ought to be Bikudor Gogoi. It's not Tutu Gogoi.
Hmm?
7, please, 7.
No, it is not Tutu Gogoi, no?
Second.
302 Tutu Gogoi is fine, but stabbing.
No, it Tutu Gogoi. 302 Tutu Gogoi. 302 হলে 326 করব আহিব। এটো হে পুতেকক হে মাৰিছে। পুতেকক মাৰিছে।
PW4, Bikudor.
Tutu Gogoi is stabbing. Second, page number 7. Tutu Gogoi.
এইটো চাওক caused grievous hurt to Tutu Gogoi আৰু caused murder of Tutu Gogoi
পুতেকৰটো ক'ত?
পুতেকৰটো সেইটো ক'লো পুতেকৰটো থাকিব লাগিব
পুতেকৰটো থাকিব লাগিব।
Let me see this. Please reflect the judgment, my lord.
হেৰি নহ'ল নেকি আৰু ইনজুৰি ইটো ৰিপৰ্ট আছে।
In fact, when the judgment, all the points of determination Tutu Gogoi is referred both twice. The son suspect has not been taken into account. Page 44, points for determination. There also, yes, page 44. Whether the accused had voluntarily caused grievous hurt to Tutu Gogoi with a dao, which is a weapon of cutting and stabbing. Whether the accused had committed murder of causing death to Tutu Gogoi.
It should be Bikudor Gogoi.
Bikudor Gogoi. Bikudor Gogoi. Nothing has been framed on that.
This framing of charge is wrong.
464.
464.
Not visit trial.
Yes,
He has not claimed any prejudice.
yes.
Claiming please.
Okay, let us proceed.
My lord, PW1 Bharati Gogoi is the wife of Tutu Gogoi, my lord. She is the PW1. I am the complainant of this case. The deceased Tutu Gogoi was my husband. The accused Jiten Gogoi hails from my village. The occurrence took place on 13/10/17, 26th of Ahin, at about 7 p.m. At that time, I was in my house. My husband was also with me. My 3 sons were also there in the house, My 11-year-old granddaughter from my daughter's side was also present in my house. At the time, the accused was shouting at my husband and was also throwing abuses at him by standing at the entrance to our house. My husband came up to the house. He tried to pacify the accused and to persuade him to leave the place. Then in front of my eyes, the accused whipped out a dagger and stabbed my husband on his chest. Thereafter, the accused continued to hit my husband with dagger on his neck, head, etc. When I shouted for help, my son Bikudar Gogoi came running to the place of occurrence. My son tried to restrain the accused, but he was also attacked by the dagger. My son sustained serious cut injury on his right hand. In fact, the dagger went through his hand. The accused immediately ran away from the place of occurrence. I have seen the entire incident taking place in front of me. We somehow brought my husband into my house, and after that, the accused and his elder brother, Biren Gogoi, started to pelt stone at our house, for which we were unable to come out of the house. My son Bikudar Gogoi somehow managed to go out of home through the back door of the house, and he reached the house of his brother-in-law, Sanu Borlua. He took my son to VDP personnel, and thereafter the VDP personnel came along with police. Came to our house. Then I arranged another vehicle, and in that vehicle, I took my husband to the hospital at Shipakwa. Doctor declared my husband to be dead. It should be declared. My husband to be dead. The wound of my son Bikudar Gogoi was given stretching and dressing by the doctor. On the next day, that is 14/10/2017, I had lodged an Ezahar before the police. Exhibit 1 is the Ezahar. One, executive magistrate conduct inquest upon the dead body of my husband. Exhibit 2, the inquest report. Exhibit 2(1) is my signature thereon. Further reserved. Then the exhibit M1 is the dagger with which the accused stabbed my husband on his chest. Then in the cross, I have 3 sons and 2 daughters, one of whom is already married off. She stays in our village, and our house is situated at a distance about 1 kilometer from my house. In fact, the first husband of my daughter had died, and now she is remarried. She has a daughter from a first husband who stays with me. I do not remember the date on which the police recorded my statement. I gave the statement to police on the next day of the occurrence, but I have forgotten the time. On that day, police recorded the statement of some of the witnesses also. I do not remember those persons. The entrance to gate to my compound, where the occurrence took place, is at a distance of about 50 meters from my house. At that time, the place of occurrence was lit by street light. We do not have any separate entrance at the gate. Both sides of the passage to my house from the main road have tall grasses. There's a bamboo grove on the right side of the place of occurrence. On the left side of the place of occurrence, there's a ditch. The ditch was not that deep. It is a shallow ditch, and one person stand there easily. On the day of occurrence, there was no fog, though it was winter. It was dark at that time. On the day of occurrence, just before the occurrence, I had arrived home from my paddy fields after reaping the harvest. The house of Horendra Lahon is situated on the side of my house. My husband never did any business of selling wood in the company of the accused. Originally, we belonged to the district of Dibrugarh, and we have migrated to the present place and occupied government land and have been staying there. The village in which we live mostly comprises of people belonging to a home community. We also belong to a home community. There is an empty space between the house of Horendra Lahon and Jiten Gogoi, and in that place, Kumud Gogoi had kept some logs. It is not a fact that my husband was also involved in selling logs with Horendra Gogoi and Horendra Lahon and Jiten Gogoi. I do not know whether Hobudkar, Hobudhara was also involved in the said business. It is not a fact that I did not state before police that in front of my eyes, the accused whipped out a dagger and stabbed my husband on his chest. It's not a fact that I did not state with the police that I had seen the occurrence taking place in front of my eyes. It is not a fact that I have deposed false evidence by stating that the occurrence took place in front of my eyes. On the day of occurrence, my husband had consumed liquor. It's not a fact that I have falsely deposed false evidence today against the accused. It's not a fact that I have deposed false evidence by stating that the occurrence took place in front of my eyes. And then, my lord, this is Horendra Lahon, my lord. He is not the eyewitness, but then number 4, my lord, PW4 is the son, my lord, Bikudar, who was injured, my lord. Page 17.
Is?
Page 17, Bikudar, PW4. The complainant Bharati Gogoi is my mother. The deceased was my father. I know accused Jiten Gogoi. The occurrence took place on 13/10/2017 at about 6-7 p.m. I was doing my studies inside the house. I heard that Jiten Gogoi was shouting at someone in front of our house. As I was preparing for my exam, my father told me not to make noises. Then I heard my father was shouting and was telling that he was being attacked. My mother went out of the house on hearing the voice of my father. I heard that my mother was also shouting at me and was calling me to come out of the house. Accordingly, I came out of the house. I saw the accused was lying on the ground and my father was over his body. And from below, Jiten Gogoi was stabbing my father with a dagger. I saw that the wife of Jiten Gogoi was also standing at the place of occurrence. I tried to raise my father at that point of time. Jiten Gogoi attacked me with a dagger. The dagger pierced through my right hand. The wife of Jiten Gogoi also hit my head with a bamboo. After that, Jiten Gogoi ran away with his wife. My father was shouting in pain. My mother somehow managed to take him to the house, into the house. After some time, Jiten Gogoi and his brother, Biren Gogoi, started to pelt stones at our house. I went out of the house through the back door and went to the house of my brother-in-law, Sanu Borolua. Myself and my brother-in-law went to inform the VDP, and along with the VDP personnel, we returned home. We arranged one vehicle in it and we took my father to the hospital at Sapakwa. But before reaching the hospital, my father died. I took treatment of my injury at Sapakwa Hospital. I saw that my father had sustained multiple stab injuries in his chest, wound, stomach, and head. In his cross, he states there are bamboo grooves on both sides of the passage of the road at our house. At night, the passage remains dark. On the day of occurrence, there was no electric light in the place of occurrence. A lot of trees are there on the other side of the road in front of our house. I do not remember the date when I gave statements to police. I do not remember if I had stated before the police that I saw the accused was lying on the ground and my father was over his dead body, or over his body, and from below Jiten Gogoi was stabbing my father with the dagger. I also do not remember if I had stated before the police that the wife of the accused had hit my head with a bamboo at the relevant time of occurrence. It is not a fact that we attacked Jiten Gogoi and beat him at the place of occurrence. It is not a fact that time of occurrence the accused did not cause any piercing injury in my hand. It is not a fact that the doctor had not given treatment on my left hand. Then, my lord, PW 6. Page 21. I know Bharati Gogoi. Her house is situated at a distance about 300 meters from my house. I knew her deceased husband, Tutu Gogoi. Bikudor is the son of Bharati Gogoi and Tutu Gogoi. The occurrence took place on 13/10/2017. It was about 7:30 p.m. and while I was in my house, I had heard sounds of quarrel that was taking place near the house of Bharati Gogoi. Then I went to see. I saw that Tutu Gogoi and Jiten Gogoi were lying on the ground and both were wrestling. I saw that both were bloodstained at that time. I saw that son and wife of Tutu Gogoi came out there, and at that point of time, Jiten Gogoi had attacked Bikudar with a knife, for which he sustained an injury on one of his hands. And thereafter, Bikudar and Bharati Gogoi had taken away Tutu Gogoi to his house. I saw Jiten Gogoi had ran away from the place of occurrence. Then I saw that Jiten Gogoi was also throwing stones at the house of Tutul Gogoi. I also saw Jiten Gogoi was firing arrows to the house of Tutul Gogoi from above. Someone called an ambulance also, and the said ambulance Tutul Gogoi and Bikudar were shifted to the hospital. I did not go with the ambulance. Next morning, police came to the house of Tutul Gogoi. When police came, I went there. Police recovered one dagger from the jungle near the place of occurrence. At that time, the dagger was 10-3 is the seizure list. 3-1 is my signature. M1 is the M1 exhibit is the seized dagger. Then Bikudar sustained injuries on his right hand. This is in cross. About 1 hour, after about 1 hour of the occurrence, I had returned home. Material exhibit 1 does not contain any bloodstains today. At that relevant time of occurrence, it was dark. Without the use of a torchlight, the faces of people could not be recognized at that time. I did not have any torchlight at that time. It is not a fact that the relevant time of occurrence I went to the police place. Went to the place of occurrence. It is not a fact that with an intention to see the accused punished, I have deposed false evidence. PW Millard, then 9 is the Millard, the other eyewitness Millard. He is 9 Millard. He is also the son of Tutu Gogoi and Bharati Gogoi. And he is a student of class 8, Millard. Sorry, 7. Whereas Bikudar was a student of class 10, he is class 7, Millard. The complainant Bharati Gogoi is my mother. And the deceased Tutu Gogoi was my father. The victim Bikudar Gogoi is my elder brother. I know the accused Jiten Gogoi. The occurrence took place on 13/10/17 in the evening at about 6:37 p.m. At that time, I was doing my studies. At that time, the accused was shouting on the road in front of our house. The road is about 200 meters away from our house. Since I was doing my studies for my examination, my father went out of the house to ask the accused to go away and tell him not to make any noise. From our house, I saw that the accused was having a quarrel with father. I saw Jiten Gogoi had dealt several blows with a dagger on different parts of the body of my father. I saw that my father had collapsed on ground. My mother and my brother Bikudar Gogoi went out of the house and brought my father home. When my brother Bikudar tried to interfere in between my father and the accused, the latter had attacked my brother with the dagger, and the dagger pierced through the right hand of my brother. After the accused and his brother also started to throw stones at our house. I went out of my house to the back door and straight away went to the house of my brother-in-law. Therefore, my brother-in-law and my elder brother Bikudar had gone to inform the VDP personnel. I allowed the sister return home. My father was taken to hospital in a vehicle. My mother and some other villagers have gone to hospital. In the hospital, my father died. In the cross, he says there are bamboo groups on both sides of the passage connecting the house and the road, our house and the road. There's a jungle in front of our house, just across the road. In the evening, the entire area was dark, and without torchlight, it is difficult to identify persons. I do not remember. I had stated before police that by standing by the side of the road of our house, I witnessed the entire incident. It's not a fact that I did not state with the police that my father had sustained injuries on different parts of his body. At the relevant time of occurrence, it was cold and foggy. No, my lord. PW, my lord. So these are, my lord, the 4 eyewitnesses, my lord. Now, PW2, my lord.
Injury report আছে এইটো previous injury আর যেটা খবর পাইছে
See the incident, my lord, but then, my lord, his evidence, my lord, I will have to read, my lord. I know the complainant Bharati Gogoi and her deceased husband, Tutu Gogoi. PW2 is at 17, my lord. Page 17 is Horrendro Lahon. Page 13, sorry. Horrendro Lahon.
He is pre-occurrence.
Pre-occurrence.
He saw.
He saw the
already a
dagger. His pre-occurrence. That's the thing, my lord. That's the, my lord.
And post-occurrence.
Post-occurrence, pelting stones, my lord. He did not see the incident as such. That's it. Now, my lord, so far as, my lord, the dagger is concerned, my lord, it was supposed to be, my lord, found in the jungle, but it was not sent for FSL. And, my lord, in the sketch map, of course, my lord, there is nothing to indicate, my lord, where this dagger was found, my lord, because that place has not been, my lord, marked in the sketch map. And, my lord, the only inconsistency, minor inconsistency, my lord, the inconsistency that I found, my lord, is that while, my lord, the PW, my lord, Bikudor was saying, my lord, that he saw that his father was, my lord, over the accused person, and the accused was hitting from, my lord, from the bottom, my lord. He was.
And somebody says that they were wrestling.
They were wrestling, my lord. They were wrestling. So they were, my
Up
lord,
and down, up
yes,
and down.
maybe quite possible, my lord. But then, my lord, what transpires, my lord, that it was a dark at that point of time, and some there say that it is difficult to identify persons. There, all of them are in the cross, and they have almost more or less, my lord.
Who says?
Two
it is-
says yes, ma'am.
2, 3 says that.
Yes, ma'am.
And it is not a stranger.
Not a stranger. Not a stranger. And, my lord, PW4 also.
He used to live nearby house.
My lord, near his house.
Not a stranger.
Not a stranger.
Shouting at
Yes,
high voice.
yes, ma'am. That's but that's true. That is it.
In village area.
Right. That's true. That's true.
In 80s and 90s, we used to identify our neighbors by voice. Nowadays, it is difficult in city like Guwahati. But in village area, it is still
Possible, quite possible.
Village in the home.
familiar হয়ে থাকেন
Familiar, very familiar. And a wife says 50 feet or 50 meter. Somebody says it is foggy, somebody says. But that high pitched voice, that is not
That is not been able.
doubted. What is the injury?
Injury, my lord, multiple injuries are there, my lord. Multiple injuries, my lord. But one, my lord, page 72, my lord, is the postmortem
What is the
report.
injury report?
Page 72, my lord, is the injury.
PM.
Postmortem, my lord, page 72, my lord. It starts, my lord, earlier, my lord, page 69, it starts,
69.
69 starts, my lord. Page 72 is, my lord, the injuries I will referred, my lord.
60. Multiple penetrating wound.
Multiple injuries,
Consistent.
consistent, my lord.
Scalp,
Scalp, my lord, is kind of burn injuries, my lord. I don't know how it is coming in.
right side scalp, right upper neck,
Neck, right,
right front chest,
chest, right shoulder.
right shoulder, left shoulder, left ankle joint, 1 inch breadth. So 1 inch breadth, it goes consistent with a dagger.
Yes. And the dagger has also, my lord, that's 10-inch long and 5-inch handle, my lord. So it's quite sufficient.
Sharp knife. And it clearly says that 70. Skull, fracture of temporal bone by sharp knife.
Hmm.
Codex, cartilage, bearings. Opinion. Multiple deep penetrating, uh, 1 inch size. 1 inch size. And where is the injury report?
No, I'm not exhibited. Doctor has not been examined.
Oh, that.
But son's injury? No.
No, son's injury is not nothing was not referred.
Injury. Whether he has been convicted?
Well,
326?
no, my lord, the conviction is under my lord, 30.
Where is the conviction?
Conviction lot will find my lord at page 50.
Part 9 है ये याद है evidence की नहीं करते
57 my lord. Hence in the in the case.
Redundant. Come redundant.
Benefit given already. Mr. Doctor,
My lord.
from the SARS, state of SARS, benefit is given.
itu tuh appellate
Yes, become redundant now.
Prosecution is very lenient. Everybody says that the dagger pierced through his hand.
Manual.
Somewhere it is actually also defect in injury report. Injury report is reflection.
oh 26
Oh,
826
oh, nice. Wonderful.
yeah nice
What is the reason for acquitting from 326? Any discussion?
That the since the murder of Tutugo has been proved beyond all reasonable doubt.
No, about 326.
326 my lord, again, my lord, it's because they have been referring to the Tutugo's injuries, my lord. Nothing has been referred with, because that's why I said point of determination. There also, my lord, Tutugo's injuries have been referred. The son's injury has not been, my lord, taken into account, my lord, at all. Point of determination, page 44, which was, my lord, I just pointed out, my lord, at the beginning. Whether the accused had voluntarily caused grievous harm to Tutugo, and whether the accused had committed murder of Tutugo.
Oh, yes, MS Puya, there is a clear injury report in the record. Grievous injury. Likudor Gogoi.
That's not a part.
They did not exhibit it, neither the doctor has been examined.
And no charge, no point for determination, no discussion. But we could go away. Sustaining injury. Perhaps we are just. Completely miss with it. We could go over like Dhao ko praise. Dhao ne dekha.
oh
Dekha bole.
dagger
That's been good one.
Para 30, my lord, as regards Bikutor Gogoi. He did not remember when he was cross-examined. Bikutor Gogoi stated before a defense counsel that he did not remember if he had stated before the police that he had seen the accused lying on the ground while her father was over his body, and from below, the accused was stabbing his father with a dagger.
Bikudor is PW 4.
Four.
What did you say? He do not remember.
He doesn't remember.
He do not remember.
That's right.
Neither here nor there.
Not there.
Credit also goes to the PP in spite of availability of everything. He decided not to exhibit it. Nor pointed out the about the charge, deficiency in the charge. But overwhelming evidence still pointing towards, unhesitantly towards stabbing.
PW9, my lord. PW9, evidence of PW9. I found it much reliable, my lord.
Who is PW9?
PW9, other
It's
son
other son, my lord.
saw the entire occurrence, my lord.
He also basically, my lord,
Yes. And what other PW 10?
10, 11, not 11.
10, my lord, the PW, my lord, basically, PW 10, my lord.
Nothing yet. Since we have to write also today. A heart, Mr. M. Dr. Lanate, amicus brief for the appellant. And MSB, we are an additional public, senior counsel and additional public prosecutor for the respondent state of Assam. Yes, great, yes. Hard at length. For
No,
further
ju-
hearing.
no judgment's required. Judgment's not required.
Five penetrating wounds. Eyewitnesses,
Lordship.
there is no scope for going beyond perhaps
Well,
302.
এটা হেৰি আছিলে যে সেই টাইমটো 7:45 ক'লে
এইটো চবে ঠিক আছে এইটো
সেইটো পইণ্টত যদি তেওঁ কিবা দিব পাৰে
yes, some 7:30,
Lordship.
6:30. Doing something on it.
Or difference of time.
That is the only inconsistency.
That is the only inconsistency. That's true, man. That's the only inconsistency. Timing.
December, nobody after 6:36, everything. October.
October, winter. So it's very difficult to be able to say exact timing. And no one
But
remembers the
Lordship-
exact timing. So,
After 6.
Villager, neighbor,
Yes, please.
I'll bring.
Bring some. Instead of us searching for it.
Item number 19, my lord. It was actually, my lord, lordship has taken it earlier as for fix it for further hearing, my lord. So can a date may be given on 5th of June, my lord?
We'll put it in the next week again. We'll take up whenever is possible. Whenever is possible, Mr. Borua.
My lord, only for listing a date, my lord. So on
Put
5th
it
of.
in the next week.
Item 20.
If it comes on Wednesday, Thursday.
Item 20, my lord, if possible next week, my lord.
1 minute.
I'll do the chicken.
Next week or second week,
How many years?
20 years, 20 years,
Huh?
20 years.
No, you are in detention.
I am in detention 2 years, 7 months.
Then will not. Mr. Borua is 8 years.
Yes, yes, my lord.
Will acquire precedence to you. You are not in jail.
I am in jail,
Only 2 years.
2 years, 7 months.
For item number,
We show battery.
yes. For item number two, the previous order, the forwarding report, the para 4 of the previous order reflects
Previous order.
at page 14, Lordship, I have written. Imran Ali ne- item number two. Number two. The AB.
Iman Ali.
AB is the first item. Otherwise, I am a driver of the vehicle, owner of a vehicle. My now
Item number 2 first.
two, yes. Two, para 4 of the previous order. 20, no?
When you were
11.5,
arrested,
11.5, Lordship, 11.5 to
where is the forwarding report?
forwarding report, Lordship.
Nali.
Is at page 17, 14. 14,
Iman Ali. Further investigation and found.
ground of arrest is the same as the previous one. Same ground. At page 20, para 4, Lordship. Your Lordship has recorded the ground. May I read 5th line? As per forwarding report, dated 25/4/10, stolen e-rickshaw battery, 10 number of were recovered. A relative, Lordship. If your Lordship compares it with the ground at page 15 of the forwarding report.
In this forwarding report, Ramzan Ali's name is not mentioned. Ramzan Ali name is not mentioned
Yeah,
in this petitioner's forwarding report.
yes. Yes. So I am just showing the grounds of arrest.
No, I am also looking at, but in the earlier case perhaps, that part of the things were recovered
From Ramjan Ali Lordship.
from Ramzan Ali's house.
yes,
Here it
Lordship.
is relative.
Yes, Lordship.
That is relative.
And how many days?
20,
20 days.
20 days. 20 days.
Lordship.
20.
20 days.
Okay, Okay, page 19. Page 19. Mustafizur Rahman's type. Iman Ali to naam, Iman Ali. Para 2. P. Waterguru height, MS and Das. Para 1.
Forwarding report na শুনবি।
Para 3 ঠিকই আছে। Instead of 29/3/2024, it is 11/5.
11/5. I was arrested later.
10 number of Eastman Stain number of Eastman e-rickshaw battery and number of e-rickshaw chargers house of a relative of the accused petitioner. Para 4. In the course of investigation, a number of persons, including the accused petitioner, had stroke have been arrested. Stop. As per the forwarding report dated 11/5/2024, আছে লাইন কাটি দিছো খালি এটা লাইন কাটি দিছো 25/4/2024 ঠাইত 11/5/2024 হ'ল। Anything more other than what is contained in the forwarding report?
Other than nothing. sir,
Any
nothing-
other incriminating?
No, Lordship. 10 e-rickshaw batteries, he recovered from him, Lordship.
Nothing.
E-rickshaw batteries recovered.
From him or relative?
He, in his statement, he stated that he purchased 10 e-rickshaw batteries from this Ramjan Ali and kept it concealed in the house of his relative, Lordship.
Correction করে দিছো okay same condition.
Yes.
The others?
It's an anticipatory bill of the same FIR. I am engaged in a business of hire, I have a Bolero pickup. So police is regularly coming to my house because I used to visit everybody's house for some other purposes because of my business. They are just suspecting me that I am also involved in this offense.
Lordship, no, not sufficient matter is not allowed.
Sufficient. You can dispose it of. Okay. Page 14 of file of page 14. Heard Mr. BP Bora, learned counsel for the petitioner. And MS N Das, learned additional public prosecutor for the respondent state of Assam. By this application for 438, and you must end there. Para 3. Para 4. The petitioner has contended that after arrest of a number of accused persons in connection with Gorsuk Police Station case number 80/2024. Police person have visited the house of the petitioner, suspecting the petitioner to be involved in the commission of the alleged offense. Full stop. It is a case of the petitioner that he is
Page 4.
no details that you are an owner.
No, no.
Huh?
I have pleaded at
Not even a registration number. You have any registration card? Not even registration number, not even.
I have, sorry, Lordship, I have that. Person.
Suspecting the petitioner to be involved. It is
I'm
case of
really
the
sorry,
petitioner that
Huh?
he is an owner of a
No.
registered owner of a Mahindra Bolero pickup truck, and there is a suspicion that and the police person are suspecting that the said vehicle was involved in transporting the stolen articles. Full stop. Contending that the police personnel are after the petitioner merely on suspicion. The petitioner has approached this court by the instant writ petition, seeking the benefit of free arrest bail. Full stop. MS Das, Learned Additional Public Prosecutor, who is in receipt of the case diary, has submitted on the basis of materials, collected during the course of investigation carried out so far, available in the case diary, that the petitioner is suspected to be involved in the crime. As a number of persons known to him are found involved in the crime. Full stop. MS Das has, however, fairly submitted that no sufficient incriminating materials are not available to connect the petitioner with the crime of stealing, with the act of theft committed at the Godam at Boragaon, Gorsuk, Guwahati. Stop. It is submitted. The investigation of the case is still in progress. Stop. Having regard to the projections made on behalf of the petitioner and the submission made that the investigation is still in progress, but sufficient incriminating materials are not yet available against the petitioner, this court is of the considered view that the custodial interrogation by petitioner for the purpose of carrying out further investigation of the case is not necessary, if the petitioner extends and cooperates in the further investigation of the case. Full stop. Accordingly, the petitioner extended the benefit of so and so. One COT, 50,000. To the satisfaction of the so and so. Condition. 10 days from today. As and when. they are condition directly, indirectly. Shall not obstruct. By get a second, a tumble siege. 50,000 one security, 10 days.
First 3 and 4 for Gary.
That I filed an amendment petition. But my lord, you lost me on the last occasion, last date, my lord. My learned friend was contending that the industry department has taken a decision in the matter. You lost me, see page 189. Page 189 of the petition, my lord, writ petition.
Yes.
Lordship. Yeah, as far as ILOC, we do not have any objection as such, but like that has to be an amended petition has to be filed for us. Then only it can be heard. Yes.
Well, this is only prayer and etc. chase. The hearing is not to be supposed to be, my lord, we can file.
Amended petition will have to be filed.
No, amendment petition in the process of it will incorporate.
I think he was anticipating some objection, that is why he has not filed it. Maybe.
So,
We can allow.
it can be allowed. So amended petition can be filed and date can be fixed and matter can be heard.
My lord, I will not submit to that.
Yes.
That's what I was submitting with for lordship. That today lordship is fixed up at 3 o'clock. Amended petition, there is no doubt about amended petition has to be filed. But there is a procedural part because the amendment is a prayer and etc. So what is the use of, my lord, again, so far as the hearing part is there.
No, amended petition is to be filed.
Well, that is correct. No, there is no doubt about it. I don't
Yes,
say that.
otherwise, court is
that-
also of the conscious view that amended petition should be filed so that.
Well, I was subject to, my lord, your lord, whatever your lordship may say. I was saying, my lord, that we can file the amendment petition. There is no doubt about it. But, my lord, so far your lordship has fixed up the matter at 3 o'clock. The matter is there. It is only prayer portion. We will file it. But why don't we close the, at least argue the part, it can complete, we can file it. So that it will remain only, my lord, that the considered petition has to be filed. The unnecessary, my lord, to again to date fixed, again hearing, it will be the same. You'll also see page 189 only once per, my lord, page 189. Because on the last occasion, an issue has arisen that industry department has taken a decision. If they want to mirror that, no, another date is to be given. I have no problem for that. Page 189, lecture 13. Have you also got it, my lord?
Yes, what do you suggest?
Well, your page 189, if you lordship just looks into
I
it,
have
my lord.
seen, I have seen.
It is only they have reproduced only the finance department's, my lord, and there is no decision by the industry department. The line which my learned friend was reading was not of the industry department. That was the finance department. It is in the, you'll also find inverted comma. Entire portion. There is no decision of the industry department.
But put it in a record, amended petition, so that we can proceed and close it,
As your lordship, please, my lord.
since they have said something. We are hard, then sometimes it happens that it does not come.
No, no, my lord, I will.
It will be on record. It is proper, since we'll allow this IA first.
We don't have any objection.
Heard, which part?
My lord, 2 paragraphs and prayer portion, my lord.
Heard Dr. A. Saraf. Learned Senior Counsel is stated by Mr. P.K. Bora. Learned Counsel for the applicant petitioner and Mr. B. Gogoi. Learned Standing Counsel, Finance and Taxation Department for the opposite party. 1 and 2. That's respondent number 1 and 2. And Mr. A. Korita, Learned Standing Counsel, Industries and Commerce Department. You are not there. Whom you have met party? Industry is not there.
Number 1,
No, in the IA.
IA, yes, absolutely.
You are. Something is wrong.
In the repetition, the repetition ki party yes, industry party is not there. It was into finance.
Oh, Mr. Golda, you are not in the picture also, in the second repetition. You do not have to worry. Mr. Dr. Saraf, some blocked in the second repetition.
In the industry department is there, my lord.
Not
But
there.
here the finance department, my lord, let me make. By
No,
correction.
amended cost title then again. These are the difficulties nowadays. By some notification, otherwise we used to allow. But no, in the main repetition,
Main repetition industry department, my lord.
where is that? Second.
One. State of Assam.
The main repetition is there also.
The problem is that,
Lord, the
Dr. Saraf, we have a notification, please see. Let us see.
The main petition, in the amendment
No,
petition,
no,
if you
in the
make.
II.
IA, my lord, if I correct it, the main petition, it will come as a corrected one, my lord. A consolidated petition.
In the IA, you have made the opposite party number 1.
Melody finance, but it should be industries.
And it is, industries is not there.
Industries, it should be state of Assam represented by the industry department. It has come as a finance department.
Now, in your notification number 79, dated 19 June 2023, if any requirement of correction is there, then amended cost title is to be filed.
What I was submitting, no, yes. So when I file the consolidated petition, for this one, if it is allowed corrected, then in consolidated petition, it will come as a corrected one.
No, no, no. In the order, in the CIS, it is already incorporated.
As you know,
No, this is the handicap we are facing now.
what I will do, my lord.
That there is a notification by the Chief Justice. So earlier we used to allow that, okay, Mr. Bora, you correct it. Nowadays, it is not permissible for us also. That is the difficulty. Otherwise, I had no.
My lord, I will
Put
prepare
it in a amended cost title, meaning thereby 2 pages. Have you
My lord,
undertaken the procedure earlier? Only this thing is to be this amended first page in the IA, page number 1 to 3. These are to be replaced by,
My lord, if your lordship, subject to your lordship, whatever, my lord, we will file the amended course title, subject to filing of the amended course title. Otherwise, the consolidated petition again, they will say, my lord, that will again go. Subject
you
to file,
also filed the amended petition.
my lord, so.
In the meantime,
My lord, subject to filing of this one, my lord, your lordship may observe, my lord, and will do it, my lord. So that the,
we are not departing from the procedure. That is the difficulty.
no, I will file the amended course title, my lord, subject to filing of course title, my lord, amended course title. Otherwise, without the order, consolidated petition will not be able to file, my lord.
আমি দিয়া নাই আমাদের the amendment. Sit down, notification. Just take
No,
care of it also. Because even if by Monday also we file, we'll accept.
We'll file.
Question is following the procedure. Making an exception in one case is difficult.
No, no, my lord, I don't want.
That is because I am not
Well, on Monday, I
making
will
any
file.
deviation.
Well, on Monday, I will file it.
File
And
it with the amended writ petition also.
side by side, we can file it.
You can file it, then they will have no objection.
My lord. Consolidated petition also will file, and also the,
No, then we'll proceed with the hearing.
my lord, the course title also will file, subject to
Yes,
whatever.
sir. Yes, Lord, we don't have any issues.
No, that is understanding, but otherwise somebody may say that why you, how
No,
you.
better to have clear understanding.
Well, that is
Are,
only.
so-and-so and Mr. Naim. Simply will say, record for the respondents, opposite parties, A. Kolita, Standing Counsel, Industries and Commerce Department, Mr. B. Gugoi, Learned Standing Counsel, Finance and Taxation Department, and Mr. S. Das, Learned Standing Counsel, AIDC, for the opposite parties. So stop Mr. The applicant writ petitioner is submitted on behalf of the applicant writ petitioner that an amended cost title to the IA will be filed and the amended writ petition will be filed by Tuesday.
Yes.
So stop. We put it again, I'll be again in division minutes. 3 o'clock.
So 3 o'clock on which date, Miller?
Next Friday,
Friday.
3 o'clock.
Friday afternoon. So that at least on Friday, I think we will be able to finish it up, Miller.
Yes, Lord. Sir.
I'm sorry for the.
File both.
I will file both, Miller.
This system has been changed
No, no, Miller, we must close the system, Miller.
by our previous Chief Justice.
No, this is because of the system now
Because it is computerized.
computerized, so I can
This
understand.
this correction is made in
Yes.
the papers, but consequential correction is not made in the CIS. And in many of the cases, some difficulties arose.
Yes.
It
And
also-
whenever party take out certificate copy,
The wrong thing will come, Miller.
in suppose in this case, in the IA, industries will not be there. And thereafter difficulties,
And I can
Yes,
understand.
yes.
Miller, I can understand.
that will be another ground for any of the parties to